Hey folks, how's it going? There's the new setup for my knife. I got a new case, which I think is pretty cool. It's leather. It's leather, and it fits my knife very well. There's no fastener on it. It's got a couple of pockets in it. Got one here at the front. I can put a sharpening stone or whatever I want in there, a whetstone, another knife. But I actually got my blade from my fire steel and my can opener in there with a little attachment to it. It seems to fit in there pretty good. I figured what maybe that I would do is I would probably put a sail needle in there, or a head for a spear would probably work good. I just got my paracord on a lanyard and a piece of Ranger band, of course. The back of it. 20 bucks, what I paid for it. Pretty good deal for 20 bucks. A leather knife case, and well sewn and well made. So might have to put a metal rivet in it, I'm not sure. Hopefully my knife don't cut it. But anyway, for 20 bucks I thought it was a pretty good deal. So hey, I got some fatwood. I'm just some pine, and I'm making some fatwood out of it around the knots where all the resin is. You can just see it just laying. This stuff is still pretty wet, but some good chunks of resin in there too, eh? That one's really good, just laid thick with it. Some good old fatwood. Be good to take with you. A couple of pieces in your pack. You can shave off some shavings off of it. I'm going to try it over here. It's pretty wet, so this is really damp. We're going to see how it works when it's wet. This is wet too, so we'll see how it works. That's wet too. That's so wet it isn't even funny. That's pretty wet. That burnt pretty good. I love fatwood. You get a lot of fires out of that one stick, I would imagine. A lot of fires. That wasn't, you know, a piece that quarter that big carried in your pack. Burning black because there's so much tar. That one little stick burned a long time. Cool, eh? That's what I got it out of, this old pine stick. It was laying there, it was all rotten. Both ends rotten on it. I split it with my axe. Took out around the knots. There's still a knot here I could use. There's a knot down there that's probably pretty good. This knot's got a lot of resin on it too. There's still a chunk there. Still a bunch of resin on that too, eh? So, I mean, as an old rotten log, it's pretty serviceable. This here, I could cut this knot out too. Right? It doesn't have to be, you know, the bottom dead part of the tree. This is a log they sawed out of some pine here, and it's, I mean, this has been here since 2004 or something like that. So, with that big old knot right there, make good fat wood. This is so rotten, it's just like paper, eh? But anyway, that's how you can get, I mean, you want to know if it's pine, just smell the knots, right? All where the branches are. So, there it is. That's how you get fat wood out of something that's old and dead and laying on the ground. Go to where the knots are, where the branches were on. It'll be just full of resin. Got all kinds of pieces. Enough fat wood to last me probably all winter for starting fires out of that one stick. Some dandelion root. See what we can do with it. I'll wash it off a bit and I'll be back. So there's the cleaned up version. Now all we got to do is bake it in the oven until it's dry. Or something. I'll figure something out here in a minute. I'm going to try to process it on an alcohol stove. Okay, I'm going to try something here. I don't know if it's going to work. But I'm going to take my windshield, take my cup. I'm going to take this, I'm going to cut a piece off of it, I'm going to put it inside the cup, flatten it out so that it looks like that. I'm going to take my root, I'm going to split it into strips. And I'm going to try to bake it in this like this was an oven. So, put it on top of that, and I'll show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like in that. I'm going to fill this up full of fuel. That'll give me about 15 minutes of baking time. About 15 minutes of baking time. Make a lid for this, just like that. And we're going to bake the cup. Might get too hot, but we're going to see what happens. I'll be back. Actually, I'm just going to leave it playing. I got 10 minutes of video recording, so that stainless steel cup's going to get pretty hot. Let's see if it bakes it like an oven. Might be too hot, eh? Too hot. I wish I had a little small flat piece of steel. Well, it smells like it's burning. Might be burning. So, it's a little bit too hot. So, what I got here, this, go over top of that first. Yeah, it's definitely burning. Put that inside of that. That should make some toxic fumes. Whew. That might slow down the heat some, eh? Disperse it a little bit. Interesting. So the flames aren't directly right on the cup. It's hot. That's really, really hot. That's so hot, that aluminum, when I poked it with my knife, it almost poked a hole through it. Be interesting to see if that aluminum don't melt. That'd be crazy. No water in it or anything to disperse the heat. Ooh, it's like science. Uh-oh. Be interesting to know what the temperature inside that cup is. Ooh, I know what it is. Hot. That's the temperature. Hot. Interesting. That's pretty hot, eh? That's pretty hot. I bet you're baking that pretty good in there. So, we'll leave her and see what she does. I'm shutting her down. Well, the other way it didn't cook enough. Didn't dry the root out enough. So, I'm cooking it in this method and it smells like it's burning, but we'll see how it works. Dandelion root on an alcohol stove. I'll make some dandelion root coffee. Yummy. Well, let's see what we got. Well, definitely cooked it. So, get the crusher rock. There's what we got. That's what it made. So, see if I can make a cup of coffee out of one root. I might have cooked it too much. Oh boys, that looks yummy. Okay, so let's boil her up and see what happens. Well, using it as an oven didn't hurt it too bad. Discolored it a little bit, but just made it look cooler, that's all. Well, it's boiling away. See how we make out with it. Okay. Smells like burnt. That's what it smells like. Let's try some. It's pretty hot. Pretty friggin' hot. Yeah, not so bad. Yeah, a little bit of sugar and some milk in there, probably be pretty good. Wow.